TMJ, those of you that suffer from TMJ know that it's pretty repetitive. Most of us carry stress there. I'm a great example. So good old TMJ, if you've come in and had me do it, it's very sore. Basically, if you look where your cheekbones are, if you set right underneath it and push, make sure you always have good posture, okay? When you do this stuff, don't slump buckets. And then open. You can just slightly move around and you're feeling ropiness, right? That's how you kind of do the outside by the chewing muscle. Now, if I'm going to do the inside, like if you're brave enough to try and do the internal jaw work like we did on you, you take your pointer finger and you go on same side and watch the angle my hand goes at. So I'm kind of going this way, okay? And then I hold lightly and I open. I'm going straight back, and there is a little curve. Okay, you can't screw it up. It's a massage, okay? You're not like gonna adjust it wrong. And then for the left side, I use my left hand. For the right side, I use my right hand, okay? Now, on some of you, I'm doing fancy stuff where I'm moving your sphenoid, doing all sorts of things. Don't do that. That's going to be really hard for you to reproduce. That's an adjustment. If it's not done right, you can actually hurt yourself. So it's, please let us do that for you. Now, if you take your two fingers and you also do traction on the jaw, that's a big deal. And I'm going to recommend that you push your head back. So again, I'm not slumping. And then I take my own fingers and I'm going to pull down on the jaw. Now I'm pulling down while I push back. And I'm feeling relief through this jaw segment, okay? If you look at where the jaw sits, I'm taking my finger, going in on an angle and getting right back on that muscle and then getting the one on the bottom because there's one that goes to the disc and one that goes to the bone. And then you've got a pretty big husky muscle that's under here that kind of also determines how it goes sideways. So if you take your thumbs and you just kind of hold the bottom of your chin, and you're putting that under, right? And some people are tighter than others because if we side sleep, you might be tight on one side or the other. So you hold and dig. And I'll kind of go side to side and yawn. And you can kind of see your hyoid bone and this muscle. I mean, it gets really tight in here. A lot of headaches that start back here actually are from a tight muscle in the front. You can mess with this all in the back, get massage in the back, scrape the back. They can stab acupuncture needles in there. They can do all sorts of stuff. But if you don't get that lined up and take the pressure off the front, then that thing that pulls it forward isn't going away. And you'll continue to feel it in the back. Now, that's all massage technique. What about exercise, okay? If you take your hand, you can resist and push sideways. I can push forward, okay? And then also, putting your tongue on the roof of your roof of your mouth, holding it there and opening and closing. Now I can push harder. And it makes my jaw glide straight as I'm actually using that muscle to hold straight. Your tongue is a powerful muscle. So very, very important. I like to do the neck traction exercise with jaws. So if you haven't watched a neck traction video, it works the other accessory muscles between your collarbone, because you wouldn't believe, if your collarbone's kind of funky, or if you have a purse here, how this being stuck can actually cause this muscle to get upset. Now I'm making it obvious by pushing, but it holds right onto the collarbone here. If you need an adjustment in there, it's not going to matter what you do. You'll still feel it, but at least you can get some relief and not take chemicals. Your poor livers are processing pesticides and toxins and air toxins, and Tylenol and that stuff compounds, ulcers and liver disease. So those of you that are brave enough to try the jaw tension, have fun. And if you're having a hard time getting it, it took me like 8 or 9 times to really kind of get to feel in there, but at least you're trying, and hope you get some relief.